Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode. You know, it's a balmy 33 degrees out today, and what that means is we're going to be driving around in the van with our windows closed and the heat cranking. In the summertime, we're doing the same thing where we're driving around with the windows closed and the air conditioner on. So that brings us to today's topic, in-cabin air filtration in the Ford Transit van. Many people don't even know it exists. Ours came from the dealer without it in it at all. It has the option for it, but when it comes from the dealer, there is no filter in it. And when I go to the dealer to order a filter, Ford says, well, we don't sell them for the Ford Transit van. So what I had to do is go online and take a look for myself, and I did find filters on Amazon. I'll put some links for where to go get them in the notes below in the description. But let's take a look at I have a filter in the van now. Today is filter changing day. Let's take a look at the before and after, and you tell me, are you okay driving around without a filter in your cabin? Okay, so let's take a look at what it's like to change the filter in the Ford Transit van. Now, ours is a 2018 Ford Transit 350, but I believe that the design is very similar from previous years and years shortly thereafter. So your cabin filter is behind the glove box, and you drop your glove box down. There's two plastic tabs right here that you'll lift up, push in, and the whole glove box gently drops down. Now what happens is there's a lid, a slot opening right inside here, where you're actually just going to take it, and the one side of it has a latch that lets go, and this is just these two, this guy kind of hooks on and this guy kind of snaps in. So we put him down, and then you can just access the filter itself, which is, if you've ever changed a filter in your home, very similar, and you're just going to slide it out. Oh yeah, he needs changing. Look how dark that is. That's a filter that needs changing right there. Okay, so with our cabin air filter removed, let's take a look at at the one we just pulled out, and we'll compare that to a new one. And then let's answer the question, do you feel comfortable breathing the air in your van when you're driving around without a filter in there, or do you think a filter is a good idea? So here is the filter we just pulled out. Here is a brand new filter. That's a lot of air, that's a lot of dirt that you're putting in your lungs that's floating around in your van while you have your heat on, while you have your air conditioner on. So I think it's a really good thing that there's filters in there. Now, to be careful, to understand, these filters aren't doing really anything when you're not driving, or you don't have the heat on, or you don't have the air conditioner on, because these are only operating through the fan and the circulation system, that's circulating air through the van. This has nothing to do with your motor running. This has nothing to do with when you're camping and you're just sitting in one location. The motor's not running. You don't have your air conditioning on, or your vent on, or your heat on. This is strictly while you're driving. But that is an enormous amount of dirt that's going through the inside of your van that this guy's pulling out for you. Now, this filter here, he's gone about, I'm going to say, about 30,000 miles in the van. So that kind of gives you an idea of what they look like before and after. And I would say, to answer the question, do you think it's worth it? Yeah, actually I do think it's worth it. Well, let's take a look at, again, just sliding that new one in, and how really simple it is. It's a quick, straightforward, pull the old one out, pop the new one in, and close her up. So we're just going to slide it in with your corner up the top here, and make sure it's going in as straight as you can possibly get it to go. There, and that's it. She's in. So what I'm going to do, take my hooked end on the outside and my snap then, and hook him in, snap him in, he's in. Then now I'm going to pop my glove compartment back up, pushing my two tabs back in slightly, especially when it's cold like this. It's plastic, don't get carried away. You don't want to be breaking anything. And just like that, new filter. So I hope today's video was helpful for you. we don't often think about, when we talk air filtration, we're always thinking about the air filter out in the engine. We don't always think when we have a vehicle like this, hey, there's a cabin filter inside the vehicle, and you're breathing that air that's churning through. Regardless of, you know, whether it's stuff that's just inside when you're hitting recirc, or it's stuff when you're bringing fresh air from outside in. It might be fresh air, but you know, you could be driving through an area that's very industrial. You could be stuck in a lot of traffic. You could be driving through an agricultural area while they happen to be fertilizing fields with dust of fertilizer going across. Filters like this are going to keep that kind of stuff from coming into your lungs. Lots of times we're driving down the highway, we're smelling the smells from outside, even though we have the windows closed and our heat or our air conditioning on. Well, if you're smelling the odors from outside, whether it's diesel and so forth, you're also getting some particulates that are coming through that system too. Filters like these for your cabin, they're going to help solve that. This filter, as I said, it's got about 30,000 miles on it. Honestly, I think I might, given this on the East Coast, a little worried about what I'm breathing, but quite honestly, might drop this down to change it every 15,000 miles versus 30,000. These are not expensive filters. They're quite easy to replace. When you're putting these in, I recommend that you're not pushing them from the back. Because of this accordion style, they tend to give a lot. So what you want to do is kind of hold them by the sides and wiggle, you know, just kind of shimmy them in, if you will, using the sides, because there's a good spine on the side here, and there's a lot of little plastic, you know, maybe pieces from when that plastic was molded and the van was built and those parts were built, just grabbing this. So sometimes you just want to make sure that you're grabbing the spine of this. These are relatively cheap. I think these were $20, $25. Again, I'll put these down in the description. This is Baldwin filters. They're made in Germany. So again, and I haven't tried lately, but the last time I tried to go to my local Ford dealers and asked if they had cabin filtration for the Transits, they had no part number for it. So I had to go to this company overseas, at least I'll say overseas from the United States here, to us to get these filters. I think, as I said, I think they might have been 20, 25 bucks. I ordered a couple of them, and I'm going to go online and I'm going to order some. I'm going to order some more. So that's what I have for this week. I hope that helps you breathe a little easier. And until next time, peace, stay safe out there, and we'll see you on down the road. Bye bye now.